No, bro, you can't do that. I don't care if you threw apples, bananas. There's never an excuse.
At all.
Never, ever, ever. And there's just not. So that happened to you, bro. Here's what I need you to know. There's nothing you did to trigger that.
You don't shut up. You me.
Purpose of this drill.
Yo, you look on. Are you kidding?
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got something pretty good. We got our good sister, our beautiful sister, Tahiri, right? We got our beautiful sister, Tahiri, being in a toxic relationship, right? And she's obviously part of the reason that relationship is toxic. And see, the crazy thing is, right, she's been doing this toxic stuff for some years now, since I was in high school, right? When she was on Love and Hip Hop with Joe Budden. Now, don't get me wrong, man. Tahiri, I had a strong crush on that sister, man. I love that sister, dude. It was her. You had Sin Santana. You had Erica Mena. I mean, like, dude, the list goes on, man, with all them fine ass sisters up in there, right? Hell, I even had a crush on Hazel E, right? I even sent her messages. Years ago, talking about I was the biggest fan. I was just simping all over her, right? Now, of course, looking back on it, well, look, it's just going through a little phase, bro. I'm like, man, look at all these beautiful sisters, man, that's on this TV show. Man, boobs about to fall out the shirt, man. I mean, got, you know, booty out the wazoo. I mean, like, dude, like, it was heaven up in there. But one thing I will say is Love and Hip Hop is just toxic, right? These are your hood love stories. These are your rappers, man, who essentially, let's just be real, fell off, right? So, hey, guess what? You know, to get the show running, you know, we're just gonna bring some of these rappers on, right? But once again, you had Tahiri, who was in a relationship with Joe Budden, right? That's how I came across her, you know, of course, on Love and Hip Hop with Joe Budden. They had a bunch of issues, right? And once again, we're talking about today, right? Now, I don't know when that video dropped, right? But obviously it was recent, to the point where it's just like, you obviously haven't learned. Sis, you obviously have not learned. And this is what we see on a daily, where women can get away with putting hands on men and nothing happens, right? We live in a society where women could put hands on men and nothing happens, right? Now, I made a video a couple of days ago where you had this sister who was teaching young ladies proper etiquette, right? How to get in and out of a car wearing a dress and etc., right? Not flashing people when you're wearing a dress. Now, a lot of you had, well, I ain't gonna say a lot of people, but you had some folk have some issues with it and say, well, you know, why are y'all going to teach men the same thing? Are y'all going to teach little boys the same thing? Are y'all going to teach boys this, teach boys that? And it's like, once again, somebody made a great comment. And I wish I could, and I'm gonna try to see if I can pin it, right? This is from Keiko1616, right? Hopefully you watching it, man. But I really wish I could pin your comment, just because this comment right here sums up that whole video, right? Pretty much answers a lot of people's questions as to why you can't teach boys and girls the same thing, right? You teach girls these proper etiquettes because, once again, these are girls, right? You teach boys certain etiquettes because, once again, they are boys, right? And he says it in here pretty much that, hey, look, you have boys, you teach boys that no matter what a woman does, you can't put your hands on her. You mainly teach boys that, but you don't teach girls that, right? Look, let's read his comment, right? I don't understand this. Boys and girls need to be raised the same. No, they don't. Boys get taught on aggression, controlling strength, violence, going to jail, drugs, and etc. That is not necessarily given to their female counterparts, because that is what is appropriate for a person who is going to become a man to know. So then he goes on to say, how you raise a child should be custom to them depending on their personality. Now, he said, I don't even want to try that word, but depending on their personality, culture, and biology. If you don't do this, it's going to be a huge slap in the face when puberty hits, and now you have to have different conversations and give different treatment to them. Women do this all the time, telling young men that you never hit a lady, which is gender-specific behavioral control. Nothing wrong with it, which he ain't lying. There is nothing wrong with it, because, once again, men are just naturally stronger than women, right? So you're gonna have to learn how to control yourself. You're gonna have to learn how to control your anger, your emotions. That's why I said a man, an emotional man in society is a disaster waiting to happen. The same can be and should be given to girls. We're mostly the same, but the areas in which we differ matter. And making sure we know how to behave based on that difference is to our own benefit. To be specific to the video at hand, women wear skirts and dresses, and this training helps to prevent you from flashing people or looking awkward as you struggle to not flash people. We all know dresses ride up as you sit down, especially when you're going one leg at a time. This is way more obvious with the short skirts and dresses that are worn now. And that's why I said I want to pin that comment, man, because that comment was flawless. That comment was flawless. Once again, he stated here where you have Tahiri putting hands on a man, right? Throwing apples. You're throwing apples at this guy, right? That's the ultimate disrespect. You're throwing apples at this guy. You're throwing it at his head. And I'm talking about she's launching it at it. And the crazy thing is she walks off immediately because you know what you did was wrong, right? You know what you did was wrong. You know what you did was wrong. But hey, guess what? Because I'm a woman, I can get away with it, and that's sad. Let's go ahead and jump into this video, right? I'm gonna have to blur out some of the things, man, that happens in this, right? Because once again, hey, you already know why.
You don't shut up. You me.
Guys, find your seats.
I feel so damn bad.
Does anybody understand the purpose of this drill?
Yo, you look on you, yo. Like,
Are you kidding
put my
me?
hands on you, yo.
No.
Bugging out. No. She threw 2 apples in my face.
She could have hit you with 2 hands in the face. You still can't put
And I
hands back
still
on
ain't
her.
swing on them.
You still can't. You never
I
can.
just want to say, yo, listen here. You just really disrespected me on TV and got the nerve to not apologize. And I'm sitting right beside you.
So you got to use some words. You can't use hands.
Like, I grabbed the body.
Can I stand guys like this dude right here, this bald-headed dude right here? Well, you know, you can't hit him. And once again, he's speaking facts, right? Hey, you can't hit him, but once again, like he said, you got to use some words. Do y'all really think words work with women like that? Do y'all really think words work with women like that? Now, at the end of the day, this is a woman that he picked. This is a woman that he picked. But at the end of the day, you cannot tell people how to react to certain situations, especially when you're physically harming somebody. You cannot tell somebody how to react. Now, once again, as a person stated here, you can sit up here, right? And we can sit up here and teach girls. We can sit up here and teach boys. Hey, listen, at a young age, hey, look, if the girls hit you, you walk away, right? We even tell men to this very day, if it gets bad in the household, just walk out, just leave. But once again, not every man has that sixth sense to just sit over here and just up and leave. Not every man has the patience to sit over here and just constantly keep getting disrespected by his woman or get disrespected by a woman in general, right? Get physically assaulted by a woman in general and then sit over here and just say, well, I'm gonna just walk up. Like, no, like, bro, no. This is no. And we have got to stop allowing this stuff because once again, you see this dude, right? You see this dude, he goes straight to the guy. And once again, hey, it ain't like he's sitting over here bashing the guy, but at the end of the day, it's like, bro, you shouldn't even be talking to that dude, right? You shouldn't even be talking to that dude. You should be like, hey man, look, hey, I get it, man. You on TV though, right? You on TV. That should all be going out your mouth, bro. You on TV, bro. Like, you gotta hold that in a little bit better, bro. You gotta hold that shit in a little bit better. And once again, you want to sit over here and once again, still kind of accost the guy, still jump on the guy and say, hey man, look, it don't matter, bro. Hey, you need to use your words. Man, we are grown ass adults. We use words before we sit over here and do anything else. We use words, especially men. When men dealing with other men, they're going to use words and they're going to use it in a way where we both can understand, because the slightest disrespect, we already know how that shit gonna turn, right? This shit gonna turn gladiator quick. But once again, women don't have that sixth sense. Women don't understand that, right? As a matter of fact, they do understand that, but they don't care. They have a disregard for it because of the system that we allow to have sisters to be able to do stuff like that, have women to be able to do stuff like that.
No, bro, you can't do that. I don't care if you threw apples, bananas, there's never an excuse.
At all.
Never, ever. And there's just not. So that happened to you, man. Here's what I need you to know. There's nothing you did to trigger that. There's nothing you did to deserve that. Do you want to talk to the police?
Dude, does she want to talk to the police? Does she want to talk to the police? You talking about, does she want to talk to the police about her throwing apples at a guy's head? Right? I'm talking about launching them, right? She's out here straight freaking baseball pitching that shit, bro. And you want to sit over here and ask this woman, hey, well, do you want to talk to police? And once again, this is the shit that we talk about every single time. This is why we have channels like this. This is why we literally have channels like this, because you're going to have guys who sit over here and do shit like this. You're going to have women who sit over here and do stuff like this, and they never get in trouble, right? They never get in trouble, and it's sick. It's freaking sick.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're breaking my heart right now because the way you're taking it tells me that this happened a lot.
Definitely fun.
And he is somehow the villain in this whole thing. He is somehow the villain in this whole thing. Now, granted, he did sit over here and say, "Hey, well, look, the way you're taking it, the way you're handling it, it seems like it happens a lot. Yeah, it happens a few times, right? And once again, you're gonna just take her side. You're gonna just take her side, right? But that's what we do in society. That's what we do here in America. That's what we do here in the USA. The good United States, right? The good United States." Let's go ahead and read these comments, right? Let's go ahead and read these comments, man. Somebody says, right, this is what a sister said, right? And they even pinned it. Teach women the same rules we teach our men. That will solve so many problems. And the rule she is talking about is, if a woman hits you, you don't ever hit them back, right? Don't put your hands on anybody, right? Don't put your hands on anybody. And if a woman hits you, you don't hit back, right? And she's just simply saying, teach these women the same thing that you teach these boys, right? Somebody else says, Doc said there's nothing you did to trigger that. What? Somebody else says she's wrong. It goes both ways. Everyone keep your hands to yourself, right? Somebody says, I hate jiggers who defend women bad behaviors. Somebody says he's wrong for not hitting her harder, right? And he didn't even hit her, right? He did not even hit her, right? Somebody else says the host is a imp, comforting and consoling the Negro woman that assaulted the man, and then asked to call the police to get the man arrested. Black men like this are a detriment to our community, and that is a fact. That is a fact. Those are your guys. When you talk about a true definition of a pick-me, right? It's not women, right? Women can't be pick-me's, right? Women cannot be pick-me's, but men, they definitely can be pick-me's, right? Another word is called a simp, but right, we call those simps, but hey, he's a pick-me, right? More than likely, he's a pick-me. Somebody else says, ask the man, do he want to press charges? Somebody else says, imp level to 9,000. Somebody says, the doctor needs a doctor. Yes, he doesn't need to be up there being a therapist. He not like, man, now granted, right? If people don't know what this show is, I believe it's called Marriage Boot Camp, right? Now, the sad thing about it is, if y'all watch Marriage Boot Camp, you're going to see some white folk on there, but a lot of times you see black folk on there, right? That's the sad part about it. You see mainly black people on there, right? You mainly see black folk on there, and they're the main ones up there cutting the monkey. And it's crazy to me. But they give these women too much range. So then somebody said, man, throw the apple back. Just scream food fight first. Yeah. Somebody says she assaulted him. Somebody says, is he licensed? Somebody says saying she did nothing wrong is insane as F. That's a next level imp. Not a single soul, surprisingly, because you generally have women sitting over here trying to defend behaviors like this. But you have everybody saying, man, this guy is an imp. This guy's an imp because you're sitting over here coddling a woman who is in the wrong. Somebody else says, am I missing something? The woman threw apples at him, which is an assault with a weapon. And the host asked the victimizer if she needs the police to come, which is crazy. But hey, that's the society we live in, right? Somebody else says, first and foremost, why you didn't intervene when she threw apples at him and asked him if he wanted to talk to the police. That's the cause and the effect, which is facts. Because once again, if y'all watch Marriage Boot Camp, right? Because at one point they had Soulja Boy on there, Waka Flocka, all these people on there, right? He watches, right? He can see this stuff. He can watch all of this stuff unfold, right? But once again, he takes the approach that he took, and it's sad. Matter of fact, let me show y'all this video, right? Let me show y'all this video because this sums up what we deal with in our daily lives. This sums up this whole situation right here, right? This literally sums up this whole situation right here.
You disrespected, right? You disrespected, right? Get my shit. You still picking my shit? That nigga smoking. You're disrespectful. You're disrespectful. Okay. Come on. Disrespectful. I don't care. Stop picking on my dress like that.
And nobody's doing nothing. All of these strikes and nobody's doing nothing. All of these strikes and nobody is doing a single thing.
You don't see me.
You gotta be right there. You'll be right there. You're trying to be fucking funny, my nigga.
Nigga, I don't hit females. Stop.
Bitch, stop touching.
Nigga, I don't hit females. Yo, come on. I don't hit females. Come on. I don't hit females. Come on, y'all. When she hit me. How many times? I'm trying to stop her, right? I'm trying to stop her. No, you didn't.
Yes, he did.
She hit me. How many times?
A woman hitting you is one of the highest forms of disrespect there is. You got to get rid of her immediately. But a woman hitting you in front of people, not only does she not respect you, but she is disgusted with you because she deems you as weak. And the worst part of this whole situation is everybody sat back and let her do it. This is a good example of what society often does. Ignore women's poor behavior in relationships and just demonize the men. When she was getting her shit off, somebody was laughing in the back. Nobody intervened. The moment he attempted to restrain her, the other guy swoops in automatically. Wow. Yo, it's a dirty game. Stay focused.
Now let's go ahead and read those comments, right? Let's go ahead and read those comments. So somebody says, Buddy in the green shirt would have been, let's just say, knocked to sleep. Somebody else says, dude who broke it up is brainwashed, right? And we're pretty much talking about your men who will sit up here, allow women to once again excuse whatever behavior that they have, but the second a man tries to correct it, they're gonna have some excuse. Well, you don't need to take care of y'all men. Well, you worried about the wrong thing. Okay, Ace Metaphor. Okay, Derek Jackson. Somebody else says, don't even date a woman that smoke Black and Milds. Somebody else says, the common denominator between this guy and the other guy that we're pretty much reacting to is that they've obviously allowed disrespect in their relationship, right? They obviously allow disrespect. They obviously allow their women to put hands on them. Once again, that's something that that's on you. Right, that's on you. Somebody says 70% of men end up in jail responding to this behavior, right? Which is why, once again, we tell young boys, young little kids, you don't put your hands on other girls, even if that is the case. And this is the main reason why we tell older men, right? Even if it's in your house, even if it's in your car, even if anything has something to do with your belongings, right? Anytime a woman puts hands on you, you need to leave that belonging, mainly a house or car, wherever y'all arguing at, and just leave. Just walk away. Right? Because once again, 70% of men end up in jail responding to this type of behavior. Somebody else says the other guy is a imp for grabbing him. Right? Once again, as the dude said at the end of the video, people sit over here laughing, they allow the women to get everything off that she wants. But the second the man decides to hold some restraint, not even put hands on her, but hold a restraint, then it's an issue. And he comes in, pushing him up against the door. Bro, you need to change everybody you're hanging out with. That's in that household. There should be no reason why you're hanging out with any of them after the fact. That's just me, though. Right? That's just me. Somebody else says he should have sent Buddy in the green shirt to his maker and then laid her flat. God knew not to give me brothers, right? Somebody else. Well, see, it's like. I mean, I agree with her, but at the same time, I feel like she's just one of those sisters that will just use her brothers for any and everything. A man can just slightly disrespect you, even though she probably has started it. Not saying that she did, but saying that she probably started some shit, and she'll probably call up her brothers. Somebody says, dude in the green smashing her because ain't no way, right? Yeah, there ain't no way. Right. Somebody says homeboy in the green would have got slept. Somebody said green shirt picture would have been on a green shirt. Somebody else says men like green shirt are the problem. He stood right there when old girl was swinging and didn't bat an eye. Soon as she was about to get what she deserved, he wanted to step in. He's a sucker, and risking himself for a violent woman is crazy. Somebody else says he picked her, which is a prime example. That's just facts. I mean, you are sitting over here, from my understanding, dating this girl, man, with a Black and Mild in her mouth. I mean, like, come on, man. Like, come on. And this is why I say he needs to distance himself from everybody in that circle. Then somebody else says, dude in the green shirt hitting on the side, right? And once again, as we can see here, we allow these folk, right? These folk to just get away with so much and excuse their behavior so much. It's sad. And these will be the same people that jump on this page or jump on other pages that are similar to mine and say, well, y'all just do this, y'all just bash, y'all do this. This is what we talk about. This is the reason why pages like this exist. This is the reason why you got Shake Duke Jackson, Poor Man Podcast, all of the people, man, with the similar pages. This is why they exist, because we gotta expose shit like this. Do me a huge favor, man. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe, man. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video.